I just had my tea. Pasta, tomato sauce, just with a sprinkling of cheese. Delicious. For the first 3 days, not 10 bloody weeks. I'm not complaining, I'm really not. I get a box every Monday full of tins and pasta. They knock the door and they're at the gates by the time I get to the door. I wave. Sometimes they wave back. It's not their fault, they're busy. Angels, that's what they are. Those that can help do, and those that can't are helped. I'm not complaining. I won't starve. I could open a corner shop with all this when all this blows over. Like Mr. Tiggs. Corner shop on the end of the road. Where Elsie got hit by the car. What was that road called? Poor Elsie. She didn't stand a chance. She was holding my hands. And she was balancing on the curb. And just sort of slipped. They stopped. They tried to help. Mr. Tig came running out and held her until the ambulance came. It was too late. He gave me a strawberry lolly. I don't like strawberries, but I sucked so hard to stop the tears. I still remember Mum running down the road screaming. My ears hurt, my eyes stinging, and my throat clogged with a sickly strawberry sweetness. They wrapped her in a blanket and took her away. The blanket was red, like my lolly. I wonder if anyone else thinks of death when they taste a lolly. I'd like one day. One that tastes nice, not taste of ashes. Mum was never right afterwards. She didn't talk much anyway, unless she was asking me to get her 10 capstans from Triggs. I was 7. And she couldn't walk past the garden gates. But I was expected to face that journey and go back into that shop, the shop that smelled so much more than ever of sickly strawberries. Sometimes I'd hold her invisible hand on the way. My baby sister, my heart, my sweet tooth. Gone. Dad was no help. I loved his hands. Strong. They were like bloody shovels. He'd make my hands disappear when he held mine. I'd walk up the road proudly sniffing his hands as his marching swag swung them near my face. Cigarettes and coal, perfect. With me, those hands were strong and gentle, protective. With Mum, they were violent, intimidating, tools of control, bruise bringers. I never married. Didn't want to take the chance. Chance of hands. Hands that change. Been taken off the shelf and dusted a few times. But the earth never really moved. I never loved, not even a twinge. Until I met Bob. Our eyes locked and I knew my life was going to change. And change it did. At first it was difficult sharing my space. From the offset he had to be following me everywhere. even me touching me right next to me. But it felt right. Holding hands is dangerous. Holding a paw is something completely different. We've been together for 12 years now, which has never ever been a problem until now. I haven't been out, not since that bumbling buffoon that's pretending to run the country told us we're not allowed to go out. Bob does his business in the garden. I sweep it off the path so the people don't slip with my weekly food box. Oh, I'd hate that. An angel slipping in Bob's business. Wouldn't be right. But what if, just suppose, this cough that I have means that I have it, virus. What if I don't wake up and it's a Monday and they've delivered my food and they won't be here until next week? What about Bob? Yes, I've spoilt him. He turns his nose up at dog food. He didn't really like pasta, and he's used to it now. But I can't make enough pasta to last a week. Besides, it goes off. I won't waste food. It's not right. So I've decided I'm going to write a letter to the vets and wait by the door for the delivery man and ask him to post it. That way the vets will know I have Bob and that he needs them to check. It seems like these days that as old is, they're dispensable. But they won't let a dog suffer. No, how could they? Bob! Time for place in the sun.